Louisiana beer reviews. Lazy Magnolia, founded in 2005, Kiln, Mississippi. Lazy Magnolia's Vanilla Pecan. People around here say pecans. Nut brown ale brewed with pecans and vanilla. Brewed and bottled by Lazy Magnolia Brewing Company, LLC. And it is 20 IBUs, 4.5% alcohol. Bottled in April of 2021. 4 months old, independent brewer. April 16th, 2021. Contains wheat and pecan. So it's got a disclaimer that it does also contain wheat. I don't know what the barley malts are. I don't know what the hops are. There's no website listing for this. It's so rare that on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer it has no score, not enough check-ins. Just over 1,000 independent check-ins on Untappd, scoring it a 75 out of 100, which is very high for Untappd. So let's check it out. I saw this around at, I think it was Martin Wine Cellar, and I've seen it nowhere else. Certainly not in this parish. So there is one video review for this that I've noticed. I'm not familiar with that reviews channel, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Everybody else has the Southern Pecan, the standard one. Apparently this was listed for a while on the website because Untappd looked like they copied and pasted the description saying we took our flagship Southern Pecan and we added vanilla to it. All right. Very bright out here just after 8 a.m. We had a little cool front for August. It was actually a little chilly when I was out walking this morning. So fall is slowly arriving, and as far as southeastern Louisiana is going to be concerned, it's going to be a very slow arrival. It's brown, straight up brown, clear, bubbly, thin, ivory head. Okay, mostly clear, some clouds. Yeah, vanilla. Now pecans, if you ever eat pecans, I got some falling back there already, falling. Fall. Things fall and fall. Some leaves falling. It's a very low profile flavor, a weak flavor. If you eat pecans, they're distinct. They have a distinctive flavor, pecan pie and all that. But the flavor itself is low. All right. So if you get the pecan, Southern Pecan, it's not going to have a lot of that nut flavor because it's just, like I say, it's not so strong of a flavor. If you have pecan pie, you're picking up more of the sugar and the syrup and all those other things more than the pecans, which are going to take a back seat to other flavors. But they're a nice, pleasant, mild nut. And they're so common here. And when we went to Texas earlier this year, my friend David was like, look at all these pecan trees. I can't get over it. He said it like 30 times. More pecan trees, more pecan trees. He was like fascinated by the abundance of pecan trees in East Texas and in northwestern Louisiana. He couldn't get over it. Nice aroma. And I said, yeah, they don't all quite look the same. He said, yeah, there must be subspecies of pecan trees, which I knew nothing about that. A little vanilla, a little bit of nutty flavor. Pale malt, dark white bread crust. Low medium body, dry finish. It's a simple product. If you want a beer that is bursting with flavor, that you say, oh, I can't get over it. It's so complex and extraordinary. No, a 4.5% 20 IBU brown ale isn't going to be that. Now, some people might use the term a gateway craft beer. Yes, I think brown ales, by their nature, serve that purpose. If you remember back in the mid-90s, brown ales was like the big thing. They were the big thing in the craft beer world. Pete's Wicked Ale and all that. And every company made a brown ale. But you see, as time went on, and then people want more extreme flavors, including myself, then then it was like not cool to drink brown ales. Like the people that were into the serious craft beer drinking, they would say, well, that's not really a very good style, you know. As though a style can be bad. And that's where I got into some disagreements with some of the viewers saying, well, you shouldn't give that particular beer an A, talking about some other beer, because of, look at the style, look what it is. I said, yeah, I know that. I know what it is. I knew what it was when I bought it. And I tried to explain to them, I said, it's a most excellent beer for what it is. And like you, I hate what it is. But I'm not rating things according to what I have a tendency to like or dislike. Who cares? I'm just somebody on the internet. Anybody can make videos telling, well, I like this, I don't like that, I like this. And a lot of beer reviewers will do that. They'll say, well, I'm going to give it a low score because I don't like oranges. Okay. Now, the question really should be, is it a well-made product? Not, do I myself like this product? I mean, I could flip through the phone book and say, call people at random. Do you like avocados? Oh, love them. Next person. Oh, can't stand them. You know, I mean, what? That would be nice, I guess. To do that, be extremely weird. It would be like joining Facebook. You know, make friends with all these people you don't know, and then say, "Ooh, he liked my cheese post," or she liked my cheese post. Ooh. This is a little bland, but I think that's more of the nature of the product than a fact of it being poorly brewed or not being well, you know, high quality. It is a quality product, and like I said originally, getting back to the original point, it would be a good gateway. I know a guy at work. His favorite beer, in his mind, the beer to drink, if you're a beer drinker, I mean a serious beer drinker, and you like the taste of beer, is Busch Light. And Busch too, but he's trying to maintain weight and all, health reasons and all. Busch Light, this is like the quintessential great beer. Now, a lot of us will say, oh, poor guy. He doesn't know what real beer is about. He's wasting his life. A life not worth living. Oh, it's terrible. It's a shame. A tragedy. But he doesn't. I guarantee he would not care what you thought. So that's what he seeks out. Busch Light. Okay. And somebody let him try the Busch Light apple. He admitted it was a good flavor, but he says it's terrible. You know, he says it's a terrible product because that's not real beer. If I want to drink apple juice, I'll go get apple juice. If I want to drink beer, I'll get beer. You know, So he just was totally appalled by it. You know, he hated it. Even though he admitted it had a good flavor and it was well made. He just thought it was an atrocity of beer making. But he's the kind of person that this kind of thing might and probably would not. You see, it probably would not. But it might attract them into trying craft beers. Now, his lady friend, another drinker that a lot of craft beer people would look down on, she loves Miller 64. You say, oh, it's worse. That's worse. She wouldn't care what you thought. But she was talking about she went visit relatives this summer and recently, and she said, oh, they were drinking this Sweetwater 420 pale ale. Well, she didn't say pale ale. She said Sweetwater 420, and it was really good. See, so that's very toned down as far as a craft beer, right? A lot of craft beer people would say, well, that's just a mass-produced quasi-craft beer product and all of that, you know what they would say. So, and It's kind of like this. It's marginally interesting, you see. But to her, coming from that Miller High Life Light and Miller 64 perspective, it was really, something to check out. And so I think we have to be careful not to be so fuddy-duddy, or as Hoggy, who disappeared, used to say, as he learned to appreciate beers more, well-rounded appreciation, he said the foo-foo craft beers. Like, he said, we getting too, caught up in it. Like he was saying, sort of like we're losing the plot. We've lost our perspective. I thought he had very good insights. He drank some of the most expensive and well-developed craft beers on the market 10 years ago, so you can't go after him. So for a nice mild, and there is a place for mild beers. Mild, if you want to say bland beers, are the most popular beers on the market, and that's a fact. You can be jealous or not be jealous. You can run around sad every day. I'm sad, and somebody's like, why are you sad? Because people still like Bud Light, and I was thinking about it and it was bothering me. Yeah, that's sort of like type of mental illness, I think. Anyway, I mean, for you to think that. All right, anyway, so this is very nice. Subtle vanilla and subtle nut. That's it. And then generalized beer flavor. Ale. American ale. Glad I found it, because I'm pretty sure I'll never see it again. Lazy Magnolia's distribution these days in southeastern Louisiana is spotty at best. The craft beer world is sort of a cutthroat world, and what's hot today will be dead tomorrow. I mean, just go to some local stores I can think of right now. You'll see all the KBS Mackinac Stout and CBS that you want to buy setting on the shelf, collecting dust, being paid no regard. I can remember 10 years ago, 8 years ago, or even less, when KBS would hit the market here, it would be gone, and you maybe could find it 2 hours after it hit the shelves. But that was very unlikely. It would usually be gone in 1 hour, and there was limits on how much you could buy, and everybody was running, gotta go run get my KBS. Now it's like, I don't want to get KBS. So those kind of phenomena are interesting. I'm going to score this a 91, A minus. It's excellent to an extent, but you have to look at it in the proper perspective, and I think I am looking at it. In the proper perspective. So, Lazy Le Bon Temps Relais, an excellent beer, 91 out of 100. From Mississippi, and I'm going to end this review by saying something I need to take my own advice. Go to Kiln, Mississippi, and tour the Lazy Magnolia Brewery.